You have specifically said in the last few days that your priority is to make a big down payment on the debt, a debt crisis that you see in this country. What do you specifically require? What's the priority? What has the president got to do in your point of view?
Well, I'll just explain what the Speaker said when we passed that bill. Our goal is to get cuts and reforms that put us on a path to balancing the budget within a decade. One of the reasons why we did what we did was we think the Senate ought to offer a budget. They haven't passed a budget in 4 years, even though we have a law that says we have to budget every year. So the House Republicans have offered budgets. I've written them and passed them, but we haven't seen any solutions offered by the president on how to get the budget balanced, pay down the debt, and literally the Senate hasn't budgeted in 4 years. We need to have the kind of debate in this country about how we're going to make these choices, how we're going to grow the economy, how we're going to get opportunity. And if we have a debt crisis like that which is plaguing Europe, everybody gets hurt, and that's what we want to avoid.
So it's interesting. Last Sunday on the program, Senator Schumer was here, and he said, you know what? We'll do a budget.
Great.
But
finally.
This is
been 4 years.
This is what he said has to be in it. Watch.
You're going to need more revenues as well as more cuts to get the deficit down. And I've talked to Leader Reid. I've talked to Budget Chair Murray. We're going to do a budget this year, and it's going to have revenues in it. And our Republican colleagues better get used to that.
So this is still the fight between how much in taxes, how much in spending cuts. You say that, look, the president got his revenue.
Right.
But it's less than he wanted, less than Simpson-Bowles thought should have been part of a big package as well.
Well, Simpson-Bowles also said, let's get rid of deductions and lower tax rates through tax reform. That's what we've been proposing. The president doesn't seem to be in favor of that. He wants higher tax rates, which we think hurts growth. But the president, let's not forget, he got $1 trillion in tax increases with Obamacare. Then he just got new tax increases at the beginning of this month. And now they're calling for even more tax increases, and they're not calling to cut spending. They're actually calling for spending increases. So basically what they're saying is they want Americans to pay more so Washington can spend more. That's not going to help the economy, and that is not going to close the gap and balance the budget. And the reason we want to balance the budget is not just to make numbers add up. We think that's necessary for growth. We think that's necessary for opportunity. We think that's necessary to make sure that our kids don't get this debt that they won't be able to handle if we keep going on the path we are on.